I'm sure you will agree with me. Starting a conversation is easy, but keeping them going on is not. You start a conversation, then all of a sudden there are only yes, no or one word answers. There is no flow in the conversation and it becomes one-sided, and all of a sudden there is an abrupt end. Do you face such kind of problem? Then this video is going to help you. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel Fluent English 101. I'm Purnima. I consider myself as a lifelong learner of this language and I'm co-building Fluent English 101. If you're facing such kind of problem, so don't worry. It's very common. It's bound to happen. You're not alone. Keeping conversation flowing takes time and practice. I'm going to help you with the strategies to overcome this issue, and we are going to understand them under these 4 categories. Before conversation, during conversation, formulating your response, and continuing with the conversation. So before conversation, you have to prepare your mindset. You will have to embrace the stretch. Actually, you will have to tell yourself that it's a part of journey and it's a discomfort. Even then, you will have to accept it and you will have to keep going on with the process. So you have to develop the mindset first. So whenever you have feeling that you want to run away from lengthy conversation, you will have to remind yourself. Now let's see strategies during conversation. So very first is active listening. When you are listening to the second person actively, or not just faking it, it's not a false thing, then it shows your interest in the conversation and the listener will give you time to formulate your response. During this process, nodding or keeping eye contact with the listener will help you. Next could be buy yourself time. It's totally fine to take a few seconds time and then respond. You can use various techniques like words like or and then, but it should not be very lengthy. Instead, just use smartly, and you can use phrases or sentences like, let me think, that's a good question, and how can I reply to this question? These things shows that you need time and the listener will give you that. And also you should organize your thoughts. You should not respond in hurry, or you should not take too much time. You briefly consider your thoughts before going to reply. Now we'll see formulating our response, how we can formulate our response. So very first is you can start simple and small. Means that your response could be shorter, but use full sentences. For example, I like coffee. Instead of saying yes, you can say in full sentence, yes, I like coffee. And if you're comfortable saying this thing, then gradually you can expand it further. For example, yes, I like coffee, especially in morning. So such practice will help you to keep the conversation flowing. Then use scaffolding techniques. These are the tools to build your conversation longer, and they include connecting words and the phrases. Connecting words, for example, and, but, because, likewise, and then phrases like for example, in other words. So these are the linking words and the phrases which will keep your conversation going on. Now let's see the 4th segment, continuing with the conversation. Don't be afraid to rephrase your sentences or simplify your sentences, because it's more important to get your point across than worrying about the grammar part. So rephrase your sentences, simplify your sentences, make shorter and simpler sentences. That will be my suggestion. Use confirmation phrases to elaborate the answers. For example, really interesting, I see. These phrases encourage the speaker to elaborate more. You can play yes and description game. It means that you can build your response around what your partner says. For example, that movie was great and acting was phenomenal. Then you can use open-ended questions rather than using close-ended questions, because close-ended questions reply could be yes or no or one-word answers. But when you are using open-ended questions, the answers or reply would be descriptive. For example, why do you think in this way? What is your opinion? It will help the conversation flowing. And also, whenever you are replying your answers, your reply, your response should not be fake. You should be genuine so that there will be a natural flow in the conversation. Because what happens sometimes, we don't understand what other person is saying and we reply in hurry, or we just want to show that I am a confident or fluent person, and you don't want to show that you did not understand, so you just keep flowing with the conversation. But sometimes this is a risky thing and it will not help you at the end. So don't fake your answers. At last, there should be some verbal signal to the partner that you are going to conclude this conversation, and there should not be abrupt and sudden ending in the conversation. Opening and closing during conversation, both are important. There is no hard and fast rule that you will have to follow these all things in a order, or you have to follow everything. You can use some of them. It is just up to you, and repeat them. Sometimes you can repeat them, sometimes you can omit some of them. So it is up to you. You choose according to your level, and be an active listener, and always use more open-ended questions or replies. It shows that you are interested in a conversation, and there should be a proper confident body language as well. So there has to be an environment where a conversation can keep flowing. So this is all for today's video. I hope these ideas might have helped you, and see you in my next video. Until then, bye.